Hey guys, welcome back. Today in day 6 part 3 we will in function topics we will talk about the variadic parameters and in and out parameters. Okay, let's start our playground. So yeah, create new playground blank. And I'll go to document. I have learn iOS Swift, and this one was number 1. Actually, this one number 2, and the new one gonna be number 3. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, I'll just say functions, and I try to run it, see if it's working. Yeah, okay, it's ready now. Okay, so let's go to the reference, which is swift.org, and under language guide and functions we have a variadic parameter. A variadic parameter accepts 0 or more value of a specified type. So what that means, usually we get used to that, say, okay, if we have two parameter, we mention two parameter name and there, and or maximum we can put an array and doing that. In Swift we have variadic parameter, which we can put a variable, extra parameter name, and it could be a 0 to what how many we need. So you use a variadic parameter to specify that the parameter can be passed a varying number of input value when the function is called. Write variadic parameter by inserting 3 period characters, these 3, after parameters type name. That's easy, it is. The value passed to variadic parameter are made available within the function's body as an array of the appropriate type. For example, a variadic parameter with a name of numbers and type of double with 3 periodic character is made available within the function's body as a constant array. So constant array called numbers of type of double. Here we go. The example, calculate the arithmetics means also known as the average for a list of numbers of any length. Here we go. So here we make one function with variadic parameter. So let's run it. So here you will see. So we say, okay, this is a numbers, and I use underscore, means that when I call it, I don't need to even mention this number. And here variadic of double type, and this one return a double. So what we do, we just find the average of that and return it. So here arithmetic for this gonna be 3, and arithmetic mean for this gonna be 10. You see how easy it is, and it's very useful. Later, some point you need that. So usually we have to trick and use the array. It's work, but this is exactly made for this purpose. As a function may have at most one variadic parameter, even can have even so this is good to know. Yeah, very good, very important. So a function may have at most one variadic parameter. So don't use more than one. Okay. So let's see here. Yeah, let's make it 2. Let's see if it is compile time error or numbers of 1. Here we go. Parameter follow variable parameter requires a label. Only a single variable parameter is permitted. Here you go. So only a single. So it's a compile time error. But good to know for interview. Yeah, this part is very tricky for interview if they want to find your level of understanding of Swift. They go over these details. In and out parameter. In and out parameter. Okay, so in and out parameter, what's that? Function parameters are constants by default. Okay, trying to change the value of a function parameter from within the body of the function results in a compile time error. So as we found, so it is a constant parameter. We cannot change it unless this means that you cannot change the value of parameter by mistake. If you want a function to modify a parameter value and you want those changes to persist after the function call has ended, define the parameter as an in-out parameter instead. You write an in-out parameter by placing in-out keyword right before the parameter type. An in-out parameter has a value that is passed into the function, is modified by the function, and is passed back out of the function to replace the original value. For a detailed discussion of the behavior of in and out parameter associated compiler optimization, see in and out parameter. So let's see where it is. And you can only pass a variable as the argument for an in and out parameter. You cannot pass a constant, so you can only pass variable. So before you make sure that you do not make it constant. So you cannot pass constant or literal value. Literal value, so it means that some value that it's not variable as the argument, because constant and literal cannot be modified. You place an ampersand, this guy, directly before a variable names when you pass it as an argument to in and out parameter to indicate that it can be modified by the function. Okay, so let me just go here and say in and out parameter. Let's see it in declaration. Okay, so later in language reference we have a topic of this declaration. In and out parameter is how we can declare that. Okay, let's going back here. Okay, so in and out parameter cannot have default value. Okay, cannot have default. So remember this. This make you senior. So if you can answer to this question, this question in this level, they can this is in senior level. They're gonna ask this question. And variadic parameter cannot be marked as in and out. So variadic actually, sorry. So variadic, just in top we said we cannot be marked as in and out. Here's an example of function called swap to ints. So yeah, this function we're gonna use it in generic even so this function, try to learn it. It's gonna be very useful. Okay, so in this function what we do, we just swap A and B. Just say okay, we get a temporary A, we say B gonna be E, and then so by this way A and B is being swapped. Okay, so here you go. Let's So you will see this is some int is 3, another one is 107, and after we swap it, we say some int gonna be 107, and that one, another one gonna be 3. It's how it's work. And you will see, so when we call, as we said, we will put this character. What was the name of this character? Let me, yeah, here you go. Ampersand, ampersand, ampersand. So we put ampersand before it to mention that this is in and out, so gonna change. Okay, yeah, and let's see, the example above shows the original value of some int. Okay, or modified. Okay, and note, in and out parameter are not the same as returning a value from a function. The swap to ints example above does not define a return type or return value, but it still modifies the value of some int and another int. In and out parameter are an alternative way for a function to have an effect outside of the scope of its function body. Yeah, so mostly this is for approaching Swift to multi-paradigm language. So not only objective-oriented, gonna be functional programming as well. We have another video talking about functional programming and going over fundamental of that, like object-oriented that we have, which fundamental for functional programming we have the same. It's gonna be a series. Okay, so this was for this part, and for the next part we will go for function types. Yes, that's it for today. I hope you liked the video. If you like it, please make sure to give it thumbs up, and also don't forget to be subscribed for more videos which are coming every day. If you have any question, please ask in comment below, and I wish the best for you. Have a good one. Bye bye.